Hello, I'm doing this video because I've been on a little bit of a journey recently. I've done a lot of reflecting and a lot of thinking as I do for everything. This is where I'm at with stuff now. So, and I want to get something sort of right out there for everyone else. Now, I'm not the most confident of people, and confidence isn't a birthright. I think it's a bruise that learned to stop complaining. People talk like faith arrives on a cloud with trumpets blazing. Believe in yourself, believe in yourself. Yeah, what, like the next day delivery? No, no. Real faith that turns up late, out of breath, nicked your chips on the way, still the only friend who actually shows. You want the secret? Here it is. You don't find belief, you forge it. Blowtorch, hammer, sparks, and yes, sometimes the hammer is life, and your skull is the anvil. Congratulations, you're the workshop. I didn't wake up one day enlightened. I woke up one day exhausted from my own nonsense, and that's the moment. Not inspiration, fatigue. You get sick of your excuses, like hearing the same bad song on repeat and finally throwing the radio out the window. That's growth. Costly, but effective. Now, doubt is not dramatic. Doubt doesn't kick the door in like a burglar. Doubt is British. It knocks politely, wipes its feet, and lives on your sofa. It's been there for 8 years. It's tidy. It does the washing up. You never notice it's stealing your life. There are mornings you look in the mirror and feel fine. Not sad. Not happy. Fine. Which is code for I'm quietly dying, but I've got a meeting at 9, so must crack on. You touch your face, and for half a second, you remember there was a real person under there once. Then your phone lights up, and poof, back to pretending. Everyone's got a persona, the mask that smiles in public and Googles how to feel like a person in private. It starts innocent. You learn manners. You learn to say, yeah, I'm good, thanks, instead of I'm unraveling like cheap knitwear. Then, one day, the mask fits better than your own skin, and you forget where you put the original. How does doubt win? Drip by drip. A comment you got at 17 from someone who failed their GCSEs twice, but apparently runs your self-worth, well, forever. A rejection email written by a middle manager who thinks circle back is a personality. A look from someone you loved that said, really? You? Really? Are you sure? They didn't mean to curse you. People are careless with matches around other people's forests. And then the habit forms. You don't actually say, I can't anymore. You schedule it. You hesitate when opportunity knocks. You downplay compliments like the spam. You were brilliant. No, my face was just on. A new idea arrives, and before it can put its coat on the hook, you're there. There you are with a clipboard. Going, no, we're not ready. Not really, not ready. Not just now. Not ready. Not yet. Brilliant. You just fired your own future for being underdressed. I've done this. I'm not preaching. Who am I to preach? I procrastinated on things I wanted because, succeeding would mean becoming someone new. And I'd already just gotten my current self to sit down and sit still for a little while. That's the nasty secret. Doubt isn't always fear of failure. Sometimes it's fear of change. Failure keeps you familiar. Did you like that? Failure keeps you familiar. Success gives you admin. Neurologically, your brain is lazy. It loves ruts. It loves them. Give it a thought loop, and it'll pave it. Light it, put a Starbucks on it, and call it a lifestyle. You doubt yourself long enough, and your brain stops. It stops asking. It files I'm not enough under facts next to gravity and the price of printer ink. Now, every intention has to pass customs. Purpose? I want to try something new. Denied. Try mediocrity. So you adapt. You go from daring to avoidant, from curious to controlling. And control is diet courage. Big performance, zero nutrients. You micromanage life because risking is illegal on your private island of anxiety. You've built a very safe prison. Congratulations on the interior. I mean, word on the street is the interior design is beautiful. People say, believe in yourself. Lovely phrase, brilliant phrase, unless, bit useless, it's like telling a drowning person, just swim. They would if they could. And here's the version that works. Act before you believe. Hearsay, I know, but that's how faith is forged. You move first. The belief turns up, sweaty and late, carrying the takeaway. The first time you do the thing while still doubting. It feels like like theft. You're like, hang on a minute, I'm not qualified to be brave. What am I doing here? I haven't unlocked that level yet. Do it anyway. Borrow courage. Pirate it in. Stream it illegally. Your nervous system can send a letter to HR. Complain to them. Let be. Let HR come knock on your door. The body can scream. The feet can keep walking. Simple as that. Now let's talk rituals, because you love a ritual. Hesitant have rituals like superstitions. I'll start when I'm ready. I'll launch after one more course. I'll speak up when I'm sure. And translation means, all of that means, I'll never. Readiness is a costume. You wear it to avoid showing up naked. Newsflash, everyone's naked under their clothes. And you're not special. Put the work in and call it fashion. I speak about myself here. I've delayed projects until, and this is where this has all come from. It's doing a lot of thinking. So I'm just letting it out. So I've delayed projects until they were embalmed, kept them in development like dreams were like Marvel films, like endless teasers, no release date. Why? Because if the thing stays hypothetical, it can't be judged. That's doubt's smartest trick. It exchanges humiliation for haunting. You avoid the sting today, you get the ghost forever. And that's bargain of the century. And compliments, love them so much, or hate them. You swat them away like flies. Great job. It was nothing. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Nothing? That took you 6 years and a nervous breakdown. Nothing. But sure, nothing, if that's what you say. You're trying to pre-disappoint the world. If they expect less, you can't fail. And that's a brilliant strategy if your goal is to disappear. Listen, I don't want you pumped up. I want you clinically aware. Yeah, doubt is a habit. Habits are cues, routines, rewards. Now you need to identify the cue. The moment your chest tightens when you get an idea. The routine is you storm, you scroll, tidy a drawer that never asked to be involved. And the reward is temporary relief. Replace the routine. Keep the cue. Reject the relief. When the chest tightens, move 2 minutes. Do something measurable. Then stop. You'll hate it. Perfect. That is perfect. Hatred means you're melting the old mold. Make it practical. Micro dares. Not change your life, but change your 60 seconds. Send the email you've been drafting since the Roman Empire. Make the call. Publish the ugly first version. Write the paragraph that will never be your best, and therefore will be your first. Shift the identity by behaving like the person you pretend you'll be once you feel like it. And spoiler, you won't feel like it. There is no feeling like it. There's only doing like it. And yes, fear. Let's drag it out. Fear is persuasive. It's got receipts. Remember the last time? Yeah, I remember. I remember not dying. Fear uses evidence like a bad solicitor. Selective, dramatic, allergic to context. Cross-examine it. Objection, that was 8 years ago, and I had hair gel back then, not wax. Sustained, case dismissed. Next. Some of you are waiting for permission. From who? From parents? They guessed most of your childhood. Your teachers? Half of them were rehearsing their own regrets in front of you. Friends? Lovely people. Yeah, we all need some friends. The unqualified. You're waiting for a committee that doesn't exist to stamp a form no one will ever read. Draft your own charter. Sign it. Ignore the seal. No one pays attention to the seal. No one even checks the seal. I'll give you my rule, and it's one that I've only just put in place recently. If the idea embarrasses me a little, it's probably honest. If it terrifies me a lot, it's probably important. If it feels safe, it's probably yesterday. That's the collaboration, not vibes, ratios of dread to meaning. And if you want a romantic line to stitch on a pillow, fine. Courage is faith's scaffolding. Ugly, temporary, covered in warning tape. But that's how cathedrals go up. Nobody admires the scaffolding. They admire what you built because of it. So accept ugly. Wear the harness. Climb. I'm not ending with a victory lap. That's not this series. This is part 1. We're in the mud. Doubt has been named, the habit exposed. Now you know the thief's face and the front door's faulty lock. Part 2, we get messier. We'll dismantle the worship of ready. We'll take a crowbar to perfectionism and show you how to make momentum when you've got the energy of a damp sock. But now, for now only, we'll say goodbye. But I'll leave you this. Take this rule and tattoo it on your next 5 minutes. Act first, believe second. The mind will catch up. The soul already knows. And if you're waiting for a sign, here it is. Your doubt is boring. Be more interesting than your excuse.